Hello, and welcome back to another Rectangular video. My name is Mr. Ridiculous, and this is for our survival. Today, we are going to get into advanced tinker tools. So, I've clearly modified the base a bit. I did a little bit of renovation, making it look a bit better. After our last episode, I figured I needed to fix some things. So, yeah, I made it look, the farm's the same, but I made it a little bit nicer. So, I hope you like it. Added a chandelier, which is just that. Very simple. And wired up a bunch of stuff, processed a bunch of ore, continuing to process charcoal as we speak. There's stuff smelting in those furnaces. We got a little bedroom with our chests. Anyway, so what we need to do today is we need to make a tool forge, grout, smeltery, cast, the tree capitator, the alumite, the zombie smasher, and the bane of pigs and crucibles. Now, this is a lot of stuff, and we'll definitely be getting to it all today, but the first thing I need to do is make a tool forge. Now, to do that, I need grout. Grout is made by putting clay, gravel, and sand in equal quantities into there, and it makes grout. Then you can smelt this into seared bricks, which are used in making the smeltery, as well as making seared bricks, which are used in making the tool forge. So I've already got a bunch smelting up over here just because we're going to need a bunch, so let's just, let's actually grab a piece of charcoal, and boop, boop, and just start grabbing up all these seared bricks. I think I put some in here, yep. So we're going to make, right now, 1, 2, 3 seared bricks. And then we're going to take our tool station from over here and upgrade it to the advanced tool forge, which is 4 iron blocks, 3 seared bricks, and a tool station makes a tool forge. Now this is useful for crafting the advanced tools: the hammer, the lumber axe, the excavator, the scythe, the cleaver, the battle axe, the I think that's all that comes extra in this. So let's get that tool forge out of the way and grout out of the way. Now we need to make our smeltery. So the first thing we're going to make is the seared tank. I already did that. It acts like a portable tank, holds 4 buckets of lava, and it's used in the smeltery. So that's out of the way. Now we need to make a smeltery controller, which is just like that. Boom, you need one of each of these per. Then I'm going to need 1, 2 smeltery drains. And with those, they need faucets or taps. Then I'm going to need some I'm going to need 1 casting basin and 1 casting table, and then the rest I'll just make into bricks. You could make more of the other things, but I don't think I need to. So let's just go make a smeltery. So the way in 1.7 there are varying sizes to a smeltery, but I'm just gonna go with we'll do a pretty standard. Well, we'll do what I think is probably the new standard. So I think the new standard is gonna be 2x2. So anyway, let's put 1, 2, and we're gonna need seared tank, smeltery controller, and note it says invalid structure because we need to continue to do some stuff. Not that one. So we'll put our more seared bricks over here, our seared drains here. First we'll put down the casting basin, and next to that will be the casting table, and then we need a faucet for each, and then the rest we'll make out of seared brick. Let's give ourselves a little bit more ceiling here. We don't technically need to access the top, so it's not too big a deal. And it's actually going to be better if I make it to where we can't access the top, because then mobs can't spawn in it. So now we have a fairly large smeltery. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Duh, 4x4. 16 blocks. I'm gonna go sleep real quick. So we can put in 16 things to smelt at a time, which is really useful. So let's get that checked off our list. The smeltery is done. Now we need casts, and casts can be made out of aluminum and brass, which while we do have both aluminum and brass, I'm going to make it out of something easier, and I'm going to make it out of gold. But first, we need to get the master copies of what will become our casts. So we're going to make these out of whatever material we have most abundantly available, which is probably going to be either cobblestone or more likely wood. We can't make them out of dirt, sadly. Looks like wood's going to be the choice here. So let's, oh, not that. We need the park builder, and we need the sentinel table. So we're going to need a large plate, a broad axe head, a hammerhead, a pan. I think at this level of tools, since we haven't been to that slime island, which was a mistake on my part, I could have gotten some slime crystals and had really good handles, really good early game handles. I think we're going to stick with wooden handles at this level, so we don't need to make a new cast for that. And we're going to need tough binding. And we're going to need, we already have sword blade and crossguard. So I think, let me check one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that should be all we're going to need. Now the only ones we're going to need to actually make casts of, we're not going to use tough binding. Tough binding we'll use stone for, so we're going to need hammerhead, broad axe, large plate. I'm tempted to make those out of obsidian though, for the reinforced factor. Or paper. I think I'll do paper for the large plates. A pan. And finally, a sword. And now these master casts, I'm actually going to take out the wood real quick, and that was weird. A little bit of a glitch there. And we're going to go put this chest right out over here. And what we need to do is now use our new smeltery interface to put, how many casts are we going to make? 1, 2, 3, 4, so 8. It's 2 gold per cast, so just 8 gold in there. Let that tick on away, and while we're waiting on that to smelt up, we'll skip down on the list to crucibles. Crucibles are a good application from ex nihilo. Actually, we're gonna need obsidian, that's right. So we'll make the terrain smasher, which is, did I smelt it? I neglected to smelt the tin I was going to use, but that's okay. This system works pretty fast. Not the fastest, but still okay speed. And while we're at it, I think the gold may have smelted up by now. Yep, there we go. So let's make a cast of the sword blade. There we go. Hammerhead. Pan. And finally, the broad axe. Now we've got all our casts. I'm gonna go harvest some sugarcane because I plan on making paper bindings and such. Paper bindings, paper plates, mostly paper. The tools will be mostly paper just so they have more writability, which is just the amount you can the amount of stuff you can add to them, basically the amount of modifiers, which are in this book. Modifiers, things like, for example, where is it? There it is. You can add a diamond to add 500 extra durability and a mining level increase to 3. So that's good on lower level tools with lower durabilities because then it adds extra durability. But what you can do also, if you're not looking for the mining level, increase to 2, but it adds 50% more durability. So if you have a tool that has 1,000 durability, obviously adding, or if you have a tool with 1,500 durability, basically the level cap is at 1,000 durability, this will add 500, and a diamond will still add 500. So basically you want to add an emerald after you go over 1,000 durability. So that's my rule of thumb anyway. Speed from redstone, auto repair from moss, which is something we're going to use. Just looting and fortune from lapis, sharpness from just so many good things. So let's grab this, because first we need to get obsidian, and I don't want to waste diamonds on a pickaxe, so I'm going to make a terrain smasher. So first, a pneumatic servo, so I need glass, iron, and a piece of redstone. Pneumatic servo. Sorry about that. Piston. Really easy recipe. I don't know why I looked it up. Then 2 tin gears, and almost forgot the in-bar pickaxe. Boom. 1, 2, 1, and 1. There we go. Terrain smasher. This is really useful. Now we just need to grab... Oh, I already have wood in my inventory. There we go, a chest. And while we're at it, we'll just craft paper. Lots of paper. Come on. There we go. Let's go. I have an... Oop. Oop, oop. There's some obsidian over here because it was a pool of lava, but I was having an issue with frame rate, and I was wondering what the heck was going on. Turns out the pool of lava was burning down these big trees, which you'll see over there, lots of scattered parts. That's because the trees were burning down, and that was causing major frame rate issues. So I creative moded it up, like I did last time, and just, you know, cleared away all the fire and cleared away all the burning trees because that was a pain. But here we are. Alright, so we just set this there. It's boom. And there. And we'll just pick it up and do the process over again. Oops. Okay, that works. And where's the chest? Where'd the hell did the chest go? I broke the chest, didn't I? I got the... I got the obsidian, but I didn't get the chest. That's okay, we can make another chest. There we go. We're only really going to need 4 obsidian, so let's turn this... Oops. That's not good. We need to craft 1 more chest now. Oh, I'm so bad about this. There we go. Now let's get that out of the way, and this. And that's all the obsidian we're going to need for now. You can see that terrain smasher can smash through pretty much anything except it can't do bedrock, which is good. I don't want to get bedrock personally. I have no use for it, so, you know, whatever. So now what we're going to do, we're going to go over to this big old thing here, and we're going to put in 4 obsidian, 4 iron, and 10 aluminum, which we can't put in all the aluminum, and we're going to be making alumite. So let's get the... We don't have anything on the list, so while alumite's going to take a little while to smelt away, and what's more, we're going to have to put the aluminum back in, so what we're going to need to make, what we're going to make now is the crucibles. Crucibles are from ex nihilo, and they're going to be useful for creating infinite obsidian. Rather than pumping obsidian from the nether, we'll just create our own, because, you know, whatever. And so it's unfired crucible, which is porcelain clay, which is bone meal and clay. So I have enough for 2 crucibles right now. 2 unfired crucibles, smelt those up, and they'll just tick on away while we're waiting. Let's get this cobblestone out of here, and this clay. Not really going to need that. And while we're at it, let's build the parts with paper that we're going to need. So we're going to use 2 paper large plates, which, wow, we're going to need a lot more paper for that while we're waiting. Paper handguard, and paper tough binding maybe? No, we'll do a stone tough binding. I think will be the best way to go. Do I have any sugarcane sitting around anywhere? I have plenty of sugar. Holy crap, I've got a lot of sugarcane. I forgot I was farming sugarcane like a madman. Paper large plate. And that's all we're going to use. Now that's smelted up, so we have 2 crucibles. Now, we're not going to do this in the base with the amount of oak wood. We're going to go over to here. And what you do with these is you get a source of fire under them. So for now, we don't have any infinite fire source, or any way to get infinite fire. But we'll go to the nether next episode, and then we'll just, you know, get netherrack, toss it under there, and then we'll have these set on fire. And what they do is they will just melt up cobblestone. They get hotter and hotter, and the melting speed goes higher and higher, and they, you know, get faster and faster at melting the stuff. That's a lot of obsidian, jeez. Anyway, and so we'll be able to use that. We'll just turn cobblestone into lava. So since we have alumite in here, let's click alumite to the bottom. If you click it, it goes to the bottom, and that's what will come out of the smeltery through the drain. So alumite is at the bottom. We'll make an alumite sword. Boom. We'll make an alumite hammer. Alumite should still be at the bottom. Yep, 11 alumite. That multiplied our obsidian like crazy. That's really weird. So we'll make an alumite hammerhead. Sleep through the night. What's the material cost of this? 1. I'll grab 1 iron, 1 steel, and we are going to need to make a wooden tool rod, actually, which is just a stick. So where's a stick? Stick. We're going to need this for our Bane of Pigs. Now, if you've played with Tinker's Construct before, you know there's an actual item from the mod called the Bane of Pigs. That's not what we're going to be making. 3 alumite. Let's just go grab a little bit more iron. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's not 8. There we go. And we're going to smelt up this 9 iron. And actually, you know what we're going to do? We're going to make an ingot cast. Because this is going to be useful for helping us empty. Normally, this casting basin is for emptying your smeltery of different items, but that it only works to make blocks, so it only goes 9 by 9 as far as ingots are concerned. So this, we have 3 alumite left, but that would just leave it sitting around in that casting basin, which is not useful, so we're going to put a cast around that ingot with gold. Boop. And then we're going to be able to make single ingots with this thing. And since this ore doubles, it's an easy way, let's just start smelting up this. It's an easy way to get exactly what, or it's an easy way to, basically, it'll circumnavigate the hole using power. So we'll be able to ore double 2 at a time. So that's really great. So we'll keep that here, start smelting up that as well. And I'm going to need 2 more gold in here as well to get a, there's so much stuff through this smeltery, but that's okay. That's what we're trying to do. Trying to use the smeltery. Don't really need those, so I'm just going to set them aside. I have a bunch of them, and it's dirt. It's not valuable. So we're going to set this obsidian down here at the bottom and start emptying it out. It takes 2 ingots of obsidian, I believe, to make a full obsidian block. Yep. So somehow we just multiplied the crap out of our obsidian. That is a... Angmalin? Angmalin. What is... Angmalin. I have no idea how that came about. Angmalin? Is that how it was spelled? How is this? Angmalin. Molten Angmalin. I spelled it. Oh. N. How do I make Angmalin? Alloy. Iron plus gold. Oh. Well, that's no good. We're gonna need 2 more iron then. I don't really need this, so I wasn't planning on making it. So let's go get 1, 2 iron, and we'll not put in the gold yet. So let's get this tool right out of the way. Is it a 1-to-1 with iron and gold? It looks like it is. That's not good. So what we can do here, actually, we can utilize our ingot cast and get the iron out real quick, which is a bit of a waste of iron. Well, here's what we'll do. Put 1 iron in right now. grab the ingot cast, grab our broad axe, which we're going to be using to smelt the iron out. Or, that's what we're using the iron for. We'll wait for that to smelt. We'll start emptying it in right now. When the next iron smelts in, we'll be able to finish our lumber axe head. Grab this out, grab this out. There we go. This is a bit of a pain. My tooling around with this. I haven't really fully explored this, so I'm not too expert with the smeltery, but at the same time I know it well enough to say, hey, I can use it pretty effectively. The Angmalin I was unaware of, though. That's because of metallurgy. So now we'll cast 1, 2. We'll get a tool rod cast. And from there, we'll be able to go through everything else that we need to do. That's what we want to do. Because we want a steel tool rod and an iron pan head. Because if you look at Bane of Pigs, if I just type in Bane, then what you get is the Bane of Pigs. This is a super weapon from Tinker's Construct that you can't get. It's a creative mode only. It used to be in dungeons, but I don't think it is anymore. If you check the materials, it's an iron pan and a steel tool rod. While we won't get the exact Bane of Pigs, it's still a cool little thing to make, and it's kind of like a, it's just a fun thing for me to make. Why can't I make a tool rod? Do I have to, like, actually make this into a tool rod pattern? Is what we're doing here? Is what we're actually doing? If it is, I'm going to be a bit annoyed, because this is exactly the same as a frackin' stick. Literally the exact same as a stick. Gold to the bottom. Yep. Okay, that's really stupid. That's a bit dumb. But whatever, that's fine. So we'll get steel to be there. We'll just make 2 steel tool rods because we'll use a steel tool rod, I guess. This is a 1.3 time handle modifier, so we'll use the steel tool rod for our sword. That's not too big a deal. Now we'll get our pan. We'll smelt up the last piece of iron, and while we're waiting, we'll just start dumping obsidian and getting a bunch of obsidian, I guess. I was unaware this was a thing, but hey, good to know. Now I'll be very wary of this. We'll get 3 more obsidian and then we'll check again. Two. I'm gonna check one more time real quick. Okay, so we'll be able to get 1 more obsidian done. Alright, there we go. And then by the time that obsidian's done, we should be able to make our, there we go. Just clutch, yep, there we go. Then get the molten iron on bottom. And get our iron pan head. And now we're pretty much done with the smeltery, so we'll just start dumping that. So, okay, let's get the tree capitator built. So, first we're gonna need some, where's the stone? Actually, I guess I could just make a paper tough binding, it's not too big a deal. Then I'll make a wooden tough rod wherever I put the wood. Whatever, I'll just plank some more. I'm sure I've put it somewhere. Oh no, I was making a bunch of chests because I kept losing my chests for some reason. That's right. Anyway, we neglected to make the tough rod pattern. So we need 1 tough rod, 2 tough rods. We go over to our tool forge. First we'll make the tree capitator, so we need the broad axe head. That. I neglected to make a large plate, so I'll just make 1 more paper large plate. And large racks. Boom. And the paper tough binding. Tree capitator. I can spell tree capitator because this does exactly what the tree capitator mod does, just in an axe. Next, we'll make our, so let's, boom, now we need to make the Alumite sword blade, paper handguard, and a steel tool rod. There we go. The Alumite. This does 7 damage. So a little bit more than our flint sword did, Plus, it's writable, so we can add more quartz to it, lots more durability. So yeah, just an all-around better tool. There we go. Now we're going to make the... Let's check off the Alumite. Now we're going to make the Zombie Smasher. 1, 2. This is really going to be more for digging than anything. Alumite Hammer. This has extra damp bonus versus the Undead, see? 2 to 4.5 hearts. The Zombie Smasher. Boom. Writable again. And finally, we're going to make the Bane of Pigs. Where is the pan? Pan, steel tool rod, iron frying pan. The Bane of Pigs. Boom. We have our very own Bane of Pigs. Does very little damage, but we can still kill pigs and cook with it. See? Boop. So there we go. We've got all of our tools, and if we look in this, we have... Oh wait, we put the crucibles out there already, didn't we? Yep, we have our crucibles. So we have everything for this episode done. Advanced tinker tools and a little bit of odds and ends done. So now let's get this out of here. We'll jump one last time. Woo! And put that in our sword slot. And now, boom, we are armed and dangerous. Ready to go. Considering the Tinker, there's some kind of mod that adds a bonus to Tinker's Construct weapons damage, because it was dealing a lot more damage. Even the Flint Sword was dealing way more damage. So, yeah, that means that this is going to be a lot better than even our Osmium Sword, which has the appearance of being better. Boom, boom. Toss this castaway. Actually, we'll just toss castaway. Funny. And what we're going to do, we're going to go test these tools real quick. So first, let's go show off the Tree Capitator. Very effective tool. How about we show off our boom. Boom. You dick. How did you take my... You thief. Well, you know what? Boom. 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 And we'll finish you off with... a kablamo! Get on my level. Oh. You had my slice and dice? You had my slice and dice? Well, we've replaced it. Sorry, buddy. We'll put you in the backup weapon slot. How about that? There we go. Do I have 2 swords on my belt now? No, I don't. Whatever. Anyway, let's test out the Tree Capitator. So if we go over to, say, this big mother trucker. Boom. And what's more, we can go to a regular tree, like, say, this one's pretty regular, and we can chop down the whole tree in one go. Boom. Nice. Easy. Great day. That's somewhere. This is going to help us, since we use Stirling generators, this is actually going to help a lot with collecting, making charcoal. Now we'll show off our Zombie Smasher, but we're going to show it off in its native habitat of actually being a digging tool, despite its name. So we'll just use it right here. A little bit slow, but at the same time, we can add redstone to it to make it even faster. And it digs 3x3. And what's more, plenty of durability. Ooh, iron. Now you do want to have a regular pickaxe for precise picking, but Osmium Pick will do the good job for that. And plus, we can go over to that obsidian pool if we wanted, which is far away. I'm not going to worry about that right now, but we can use it, and we can get, you know, lots of obsidian pretty quick, quicker than the pickaxe. So now, let's use the Bane of Pigs, which for some reason isn't killing you. Are you invincible to the Bane of Pigs? That doesn't make sense. Let's go find another pig. Dang it. Oh yeah, this is a fallen meteor I've been mining out. It gives you experience. It's nothing really that useful anymore because it's a lot rarer to get the meteor shards. Not that I'm using meteor tools, but that's besides the point. But yeah, it gives experience, so that's good. There we go, and now let's go... Oh, we have coal with us. Cool. Let's cook the pig. Dual convenience. I see you back there, you little prick. Boom. Get Shrek'd. Alright, so we're gonna wrap it up here, eating our freshly cooked pig. And, yeah, this has been another episode of For Our Survival. Please remember to like, favorite, and subscribe, and thanks for watching.